Hey, Shalom, Meshala. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth, what sincerity. Yeah, man, we almost home, man. We almost home. When brothers shared this in the chat, what do you call it? It was yesterday, but when brothers shared it in the chat, man, it was like, basically sent a clip of that song by P Diddy, man. I'm coming home, right? Hey, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Let the world wash away all the pain of yesterday. Although my kingdom awaits, they forget. And that's the thing, man. Our kingdom awaits, man. Right? I don't know what context they were, singing that in, but hey, the Lord is washing away, our sins. The scriptures talk about in Psalms 32nd chapter, about blessed is the man whom the Most High imputeth not iniquity, man. Right? So a Lord will be of the elect. The Lord won't look, upon our, our sins. What does that mean? You can be, go out and be wicked? No, right? Because a man of the elect is gonna want to be righteous, right? But yeah, our kingdom awaits, man. We're close, man. We're real close, man. We can smell it in the air, right? And this is from Forbes. This is shock U.S. digital dollar proposals set Bitcoin and crypto prices alight. It says Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investors have cheered U.S. plans to create a so-called digital dollar as part of a massive coronavirus-induced stimulus bill, right? But we, starting the pause on down, right? Immediately when this coronavirus thing was becoming problematic, we were like, yo, what's actually going on here, right? And we know that it's a pile of shite, and they've completely, the reaction has basically said, nah, they've got something planned because, yeah, people, what do you call it? Yeah, people are dying, right? And people are dying, this, that, and the other. The reaction to it has been just absolutely crazy, right? You look at, for instance, South Korea. The woman that the Mossad gave me, she's from South Korea, and she's back there at the moment, for the foreseeable and all of that. But when I'm speaking to her, like the reaction here isn't in comparison to the way they dealt with it over there. So you got to ask yourself questions like, yo, what's actually going on here? What are these elites doing, right? And here we got it. We got the answer, man. Right? This is all part of bringing about that, those last, few things, right? They basically want to build their new world order, right? Now, is the coronavirus real? It may be, it might not be, right? Is it deadly? It may be, it might not be. But as Apostle Rhymelab quoted, and in fact, all the apostles, I just heard it from Apostle Rhymelab first. I believe all the apostles actually did say it, right? It's basically never waste a good crisis, right? What, if this is real, right, there's something that came naturally, right? Why the elites gonna waste? This is a perfect crisis, right? It says the Bitcoin price has climbed 15% over the last 24-hour trading period, nudging $7,000 per Bitcoin, right? It says if the US were to create a digital, jump up to point, not caring about Bitcoin at the moment. It says if the US were to create a digital dollar, it could be seen as a tacit endorsement of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, especially if they were to use Bitcoin's underlying blockchain technology. Right, and even when this whole blockchain thing was coming up, bros were like, "Yo, they gonna use this for the chip," and this is the thing, man. Because look, when we speak, right, we don't ultimately regarding things like this with the coronavirus, right? We're just filtering these events through the scriptures as we must, right? And bros are like, "Yo, are they gonna use this to the chip?" Right? Bros are always looking at avenues like, "Yo, can they link that with the chip, whatever, what have you?" Right, so a provision for a digital dollar was included in the draft stimulus bill put together by the US Dems, as a means to make payments to people and businesses hit by coronavirus induced economic turmoil, right? Um, yeah, so it says Democratic Party. Now, Jake always want to vote Democrat, right? And it goes back to what the apostles have always been saying, which is that these Democrats, right, they're the same as these bloody what do you call these bloody Republicans? They Edomites, man. What does the scripture say? You cannot have any ruler, but as if you're children of Israel cannot have any ruler that is not an Israelite, man, right? But these are all Edomites, right? The scriptures in Revelation speak about was it two horns, right? Speaking about. In fact, let's look for that. Fucking two horn. Right, it says Revelation 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right, so there's two horns like a lamb, Republicans, patricians in ancient Rome, and Democrats, plebeians in ancient Rome. Horn represents power, right? So yeah, that was the Democrats that put in that provision, and look, that when we know where that's gonna lead, because that provision there is gonna lead to the chip, right? One way or another, Esau's trying to push for this chip, right? So what do you call it? I'll scroll through this slowly, so that if brothers want to read, because it's Forbes. You got to pay for Forbes normally. So I'll just scroll through if brothers want to pause it and have a read, in their leisure, right? Because leisure comes from leer in the Spanish, meaning to read, right? Cool. So I said you can go through that if you wish, right? So Revelation 13:16, and he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And you read that word there, mark, right? It's charagma in the Greek, right? Which means an incision, right? Something that is inserted in you, right? So he's going to cause all, right? Your small man, your average Joe, you're great, your celebrity, you're rich, Bill Gates and them, you're poor, us, free, us that can roam around, well, though ultimately we're all slaves, but free, us that can, quote, roam around, which right now no one can roam around, like that. And bond, those in the prison houses, right? And you've been seeing certain prisoners got released because of like, look, it's gonna spread crazy in this, in this prison system. We've got to let people go, whatever, what have you, right? It says, and bond. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? It says, and ultimately, if it's about taking the chip, right? Where it doesn't really matter if you take the chip, right? You go and the Lord's gonna deal with you, man, right? It says, and that no man might buy or sell. And this is the key, right? You ain't gonna be able to buy or sell without having this chip, right? And what was this digital currency for? It's all about giving people the money, so that the government can give people money at will, right? Basically, he started thinking of a world with credits, right? Here you have 10 credits, and it says the government says, oh, here's 10 credits, right? And with that, at least you're gonna be able to see, oh, you went here, you went there, right? Because even I was thinking about with the transport system here in the UK, right? You can't use cash, to basically travel around, right? The most you can do is, try buy a paper ticket, from one of the machines, which I don't know how easy that is to do. But for the most part, people use their Oyster card and their bank card. Right now, people have been told you must stay at home, right? Unless you've got certain kind of jobs. So then they can be like, well, we saw that you use your Oyster, where were you going? Or hey, we saw that you use your bank card, where were you going? Right? So it's all about seeing where people are, where are people going, how do you control the people? And that is, what do you call it? If you're a carnal man, the beauty of the chip, right? Because you know who it is, where, when, right? This man's all about data. You look, you were any brothers that work in companies or whatever, what have you, you're around them, you hear, you listen to management, they always want to know the metrics, right? They're always trying to measure, okay, how much of this, how can we increase productivity, right? But hey, we gonna have that level of knowledge, but on the spiritual side, right? It says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? So yeah, that mark of the beast is gonna become the new passport, right? I always personally, like going into that, because would you call it? You look, for instance, you look at the passport at the moment, right? If you ain't got a passport, then you're stuck in these walls, right? But furthermore, if you ain't got a passport, right, or residency documents, you can't get a job, right? For instance, here, if you want to get a job in the UK, you got to produce all the paperwork, right? But there you can work cash in hand. But in the world of the chip, there ain't no more cash in hand, right? You want to rent a property here, once again, here in the UK, you gotta provide all the correct residency documents, man, right? Habakkuk 2 and 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not up, right? No, then maybe I wanted 3. Verse 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So all of these prophecies have to happen at the time that they're meant to happen. And right now, brothers are excited, right? We're almost ready to go home, right? We're looking forward to going home, and you scriptures talk about, looking. Let me find it. I forgot how it goes. So 2 Peter 3:13, nevertheless we, according to its promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's what we're, the place we're looking for is going to be righteous, man, right? You can get consolation in this kingdom, but this kingdom shit. This kingdom is defiled and it will destroy you, pursuant to Micah 2 and 10. Right? There ain't nothing in this kingdom, for us. Right? Even Jakes that that sell their soul to this man, that sell their soul to the devil, right? Even they reach a point when they realize, shit, it ain't even all that good, man. So sacrificed family members, right? Did some deeds, and it ain't even all that. You ask Kanye, right? Houseway, right? Kanye found that out, right? So hey, which is why it's better to just be righteous and do what you're supposed to do. Teach this word, right? Do the work of the Most High, right? And then what else as well? Let me get Hebrews 13:14, right? It says, "For we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come." Yeah, this ain't our place, man. This ain't our rest, right? You look what's happening around you. If you ain't got a certain kind of job, if you ain't got this, that, and the other, you can't even, really, leave your house without the prospect of being harassed, right? You get some, paddy rollers, some cops. Yo, where you going, sir? Where you going, sir? What you doing out and about? What you doing out and about? Right, friends, there was one tube station I was hearing about, right? And if you didn't give them good enough reason as to where you were going, the police sent you home, man. Like, nah, you can't enter, right? I'll carry on. It says, but the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And we're at that point where it's speaking, right? We're seeing all these prophecies coming to pass, right? And we're seeing, we're seeing more the light at the end of the tunnel. This dark tunnel that we're in, man. This dark world, right? Hey, but we are the light, man. We starting off with the apostle on down. Right, the Lord had mercy on us, right? Really, because look, right now we're excited, right? Everyone else out there is scared, right? But we're excited because we know what happens. We don't. Once again, to reiterate the statement, we don't know whether it's gonna be the corona or whatever. We hope that the end is soon, regardless, right? But we know that we're almost home, right? It says because it says, and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So yeah, though it seems like it's taken a long time, right? It ain't actually taken a long time, especially when you consider Peter's 3:8, is it? Second Peter's 3:8? Yeah, it says Second Peter 3:8, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day, right? So that one day to the Most High is to man 1,000 years, right? So really, it's not even been all that long at all, right? But even you consider, brothers that might have been in this truth for a while, right? And when you consider what's going on right now, like the time you spend in this truth just feels like it's not even been that long, right? You know, and things are, as the apostle said, when they start pushing this chip, things are going to be moving quick, right? In the beginning of the year, I mean, really consider it's not even been a quarter of the year, right? Has it been a quarter of the year? Yeah, well, it's 3 months, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, it's not even really been a quarter of the year yet. Well, it's still the 25th, right? 25th of March. So it's been almost 3 months, right? And so much has happened, right? I was in a meeting earlier on, right? Work meeting and that, and basically one of the presenters, because it was a webinar. One of the presenters used the word unprecedented, right? And even in the video that the Spirit had made me do, I titled it that unprecedented. What you're seeing on the world stage is unprecedented, right? But we enjoy these things. We're excited by these things, right? It says Ezekiel 33:33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Right? People are coming out of the woodworks, man. Sorry, let me finish that. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Right? Basically saying, yeah, it's in the prophecy, so definitely it's going to come. If the Lord has spoken it, that thing will happen. Right? Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Right? And things are slowly starting to happen. Right? Things are starting to happen. Right? And people, and it's proved one thing, that people have always known where the truth is. Right? Because people are coming out of the woodwork. Brothers be getting people hollering at them from time, right? Women hollering at them from time, this, that, and the other, right? They'll come out and know, be like, hey, or whatever, or whether it's a guy, it's like, yo, man, yeah, what you saying, man? Yeah, that thing is this related to that thing? You still on that Bible thing, right? And this is just light work, right? When things start getting bad, and they'll remember that the prophets have been saying, yo, things are going to get bad. Because, hey, look, man, right now you can still have a funeral, man. Right? Yeah, someone might not, no one might be there to witness the funeral, right? But you can still have a funeral. But in the times to come, there ain't going to be no funeral. Scripture's talking 2 Ezra 16 about how the dead shall be cast out as dung, right? In Second Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, right? For we are not ignorant of his devices, right? So we're seeing what's happening with this digital dollar, right? And we're not just overthinking that or whatever. And even once again, just even with the whole coronavirus thing in general, right? We're looking at it and we're like, yo, what's my man trying to do? What's Esau trying to do with this right now, right? And obviously the hope is that actually push that chip, right? Because once that chip is pushed, man, then hey, look, man, look, man, that hey, we then you can start looking at, yo, shit, that's my door. Yeah, man, I recognize that house. That's my house. Right, we gonna be coming home, baby. Right. And like I said, this is the same enjoyment that's shared by all the brothers, right? All the camps, man. We hoping for this man's kingdom to go down, and yeah, the carnal man might be in pain, right? Because hey, we going, don't forget, right? So these are the beginning of sorrows, right? And then you shall be persecuted, brother Shakal. And our camp, he was going into that. Right now, that's true, because right now it's joyous, but look, they going to still come down on us, man, right? But that's where the faith starts coming in. They're still gonna have to go through a time of Jacob's trouble, but that's where that faith comes in, right? So hey, as always, man, hey, Lord's all knows edifying, and yeah, we almost home, baby. We almost home, right? So hey, stay up, do what you gotta do, and yeah, we gotta stay up and do what we have to do, man. Till next time, shalom.